Why are you chasing when you could attract? Here's the hard truth most men don't want to hear. Chasing a woman often signals weakness. Yes, you heard that right. The moment you start chasing her, you give her all the power and lose control of your own worth. Think about it. How many times have you gone above and beyond for a woman who barely noticed you? Or worse, one who used your efforts to stroke her ego but gave you nothing in return. Here's the kicker. High-value men never chase. They don't beg, they don't plead, and they certainly don't compete for a woman's attention. Why? Because they understand one key principle. Value attracts value. Women gravitate toward these men because they exude confidence, mystery, and independence. They stand out from the crowd of desperate men clamoring for attention. The problem is, most men have been conditioned to believe that chasing is the only way to win a woman over. Society sells this fantasy in movies, songs, and even dating advice. Be persistent. Don't take no for an answer. Show her how much you care. But let me ask you this. When was the last time chasing someone actually worked out for you? More often than not, it pushes her away. The truth is, the men who attract women effortlessly understand something most men overlook. They understand that attraction isn't about trying harder. It's about becoming a man she can't resist. It's about building your value, creating an air of intrigue, and prioritizing yourself. It's about mastering the art of making her come to you. If this sounds like some mystical player trick, it's not. It's a mindset shift. It's about stopping the exhausting cycle of chasing and stepping into your power. In this video, we'll explore the strategies, behaviors, and mental shifts high-value men use to make women pursue them instead. By the end, you'll understand that the key to success with women isn't in the chase. It's in becoming the kind of man they cannot ignore. 1. Why chasing kills. Attraction. Chasing a woman might feel like the natural thing to do. It's what most men are taught. Be persistent, show interest, and eventually she will see your worth. Right? Wrong. The reality is, chasing often has the opposite effect. It kills attraction faster than you can imagine. Why? Because chasing shifts the dynamic. It screams, "You are more important than me. My time, energy, and even self-respect revolve around you." Women, especially those who know their worth, are hardwired to respect men who value themselves first. When you chase, you unintentionally signal that she's the prize and you're willing to do anything to win her over. That's not attractive. It's desperate. Think about this from a psychological perspective. People value what they work for. If you hand over all your time and attention without her earning it, she won't see it as valuable. You become predictable, overly available, and frankly, forgettable. Attraction thrives on mystery and challenge. When you're constantly chasing, you eliminate both. A man who chases also creates a sense of imbalance. He's the one constantly giving, planning, texting, and hoping for validation. Meanwhile, she becomes the receiver, the one in control. The attraction naturally dies because there's no equal investment. Instead of inspiring desire, you become another option she can take for granted. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you're in a store and you see a watch behind a glass case. It's exclusive, high-end, and slightly out of reach. You're drawn to it because it feels special. Now imagine the same watch being handed out on a discount rack with signs screaming, "Take me now." Does it feel as valuable? Probably not. That's the difference between being the man who chases and the man who attracts. High-value men don't run after women. They don't beg for dates, constantly text, or rearrange their lives for someone they just met. Instead, they focus on themselves, building their careers, honing their skills, and growing their confidence. They let their actions and energy speak for them. Women notice this. They feel the confidence and independence radiating off these men, and they naturally gravitate toward them. So stop chasing. Instead, redirect that energy into yourself. Build a life that's so fulfilling and exciting that you become magnetic. Remember, the right woman will be drawn to your value, not to how hard you try to prove it. 2. The power of walking away. Walking away is one of the most powerful moves a man can make in any interaction with a woman. Why? Because it demonstrates self-respect, confidence, and control. These qualities are magnetic to women, and they instantly set you apart from the crowd of men who cling desperately to every interaction. When you walk away, you send a clear message. I don't need you to complete me. I'm perfectly fine on my own. This isn't about playing games or manipulating emotions. It's about showing that your value doesn't depend on someone else's approval. Women find this irresistible because it signals that you're secure in yourself and you won't settle for less than you deserve. Here's the mistake most men make. They stick around even when they're not being respected, hoping that persistence will win her over. But staying in a situation where your effort isn't reciprocated only makes you look weak. And weakness, in any form, is unattractive. High-value men understand that walking away isn't a loss, it's a power move. Consider this scenario. A man is dating a woman who constantly cancels plans last minute and never makes an effort to reschedule. Most men would try harder, sending more messages or offering to accommodate her schedule, thinking they're being understanding. But a high-value man takes a different approach. He communicates his standards clearly, and when those standards aren't met, he steps back. He walks away, not angrily or with drama, but calmly and confidently, knowing his time is too valuable to waste. Here's the catch. Walking away isn't just about physically leaving. It's also about emotional detachment. If you walk away, but keep checking her social media, texting her to see how she's doing, or hoping she'll come running back, you're not truly walking away. The real power lies in completely removing your energy from the situation. What happens next is almost magical. When a man walks away, especially from a woman who isn't used to being walked away from, she begins to wonder why. She starts questioning her actions and realizes she's lost the attention of a man who values himself. This curiosity often transforms into attraction. Walking away is not about punishing her. It's about valuing yourself enough to only engage with people who value you in return. High-value men never beg for love or attention. They command respect by knowing when to stay and when to leave. And in that quiet confidence, they draw women in effortlessly. 3. Why mystery beats over availability. Have you ever wondered why some men seem to effortlessly captivate women while others struggle to hold their attention? The answer often lies in one simple truth. Mystery is far more attractive than over-availability. Think about it. When you're too available, constantly texting, calling, or making plans, you remove all sense of intrigue. She knows exactly what you're thinking, what you're doing, and that she can have your attention at any moment. While that might seem like a good thing, it actually kills attraction. Humans are naturally drawn to what feels just out of reach. When there's no mystery, there's no excitement. Over-availability sends a subconscious signal that you're too eager, and people often undervalue what comes too easily. When a man is always there, emotionally or physically, it gives off an impression of desperation rather than confidence. And let's be honest, desperation is the ultimate turnoff. On the flip side, a man who maintains a sense of mystery becomes someone a woman can't stop thinking about. She starts to wonder, what's he doing? Who's he with? Why isn't he texting me first? This curiosity creates a powerful emotional pull. When you're not constantly available, you allow her the space to miss you and to invest her own energy into the interaction. Being mysterious isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about living a life that doesn't revolve around anyone else's validation. When your time and energy are directed toward meaningful goals, hobbies, or self-improvement, you naturally exude mystery because you're not constantly seeking attention. You're living your life, and she's drawn to the fact that she can't fully figure you out. Let's be real. Over-availability also creates a sense of predictability, and predictability is boring. Relationships, especially in the early stages, thrive on excitement and discovery. If she already knows everything about you, where's the fun in that? A high-value man understands this. He doesn't reveal every detail about himself right away or spend all his free time chasing someone else. He allows things to unfold naturally, keeping her intrigued. So, remember this: less is more. When you master the art of being slightly unavailable and maintaining a sense of mystery, you shift the dynamic. You go from being just another option to being someone unforgettable, someone she actively wants to pursue. Mystery is your ally. Use it wisely. 4. Confidence versus desperation. Spot the difference. Let's face it, too many men confuse desperation with effort, and it's time to wake up. If you're constantly bending over backward, trying to prove yourself to a woman, let me break it to you. That's not confidence. It's desperation in disguise. Women can see through it instantly, and instead of drawing them closer, it pushes them further away. Confidence is quiet. It's steady, unshakable, and doesn't need to be announced. On the other hand, desperation screams for attention. It's the endless texting, the over-the-top compliments, the willingness to drop everything for someone who hasn't done the same for you. If you're doing this, you're not showing her you care. You're showing her you're insecure. Here's a harsh truth. Desperation comes from a place of lack. It says, I don't believe I'm enough, so I need to overcompensate. Women are incredibly intuitive when it comes to this. They can sense when a man is seeking validation instead of genuinely offering value. And let me tell you, no one finds insecurity attractive. If this sounds like you, it's time to shift your mindset. Stop living in the illusion that more effort equals more attraction. Attraction doesn't work that way. Confidence, not overexertion, is what sets high-value men apart. Confidence says, I know my worth, and I don't need to convince you of it. You'll see it if you're paying attention. Ask yourself, are you chasing women because you want them, or because you're afraid of being alone? Are you putting all your energy into one person who hasn't even proven they deserve it? If the answer is yes, you're operating from a place of desperation, not confidence. Women respect men who respect themselves. A confident man has boundaries. He doesn't chase after someone who's clearly uninterested, nor does he let his emotions dictate his actions. Confidence is knowing when to walk away, when to say no, and when to prioritize yourself. So, stop the self-sabotage. You don't need to perform tricks to prove your worth. Focus on building yourself, your goals, your passions, your life. Confidence isn't about being the loudest or the most persistent. It's about being so secure in who you are that others naturally gravitate toward you. Desperation repels, but true confidence, that's magnetic. Wake up and start being the man she wants, not the one who begs for her attention. 5. Becoming the prize, not the pursuer. Let's get one thing straight. You're either the prize or the pursuer, and the role you choose determines how women see you. Too many men are out here chasing women like their lives depend on it, bending over backward, jumping through hoops, and losing themselves in the process. It's exhausting to watch. And here's the hard truth. If you act like you're not the prize, why should anyone treat you like one? Being the prize means knowing your worth and embodying it in every interaction. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. Women don't want to be with a man who feels like he's lucky to be there. They want someone who knows he's valuable and carries himself like it. This doesn't mean being cocky or dismissive. It means setting the tone for how others treat you by the way you treat yourself. The problem is, a lot of men don't even realize they're giving their power away. They let women dictate their emotions, plans, and even their self-esteem. If her text doesn't come through, he spirals into self-doubt. If she's distant, he tries harder to win her over. But here's the thing. The moment you put someone else on a pedestal, you lose. High-value men don't put others above themselves. They elevate together, or not at all. Becoming the prize is about flipping the script. Instead of chasing, focus on creating a life that's worth chasing. Build your confidence, sharpen your skills, and work on your physical and mental well-being. When you're busy pursuing greatness in your own life, you become magnetic. People, women included, are drawn to that energy because it's rare. This doesn't mean you don't make an effort in relationships. It means you approach them from a place of abundance, not scarcity. You're not begging for someone's attention. You're giving them the privilege of yours. You're not afraid to walk away if the connection doesn't align with your values. At the end of the day, being the prize isn't about playing games or being aloof. It's about being so secure in your value that others can't help but notice. Women aren't attracted to desperation. They're drawn to strength, purpose, and self-assurance. So stop chasing, start attracting, and watch how the dynamic shifts. The prize doesn't run after anyone. It waits for the right one to step up. Here's the cold, hard truth. If you're chasing women, you're doing it all wrong. The moment you put her on a pedestal and start acting like you're lucky to have her, you've lost. Women aren't looking for a man who's willing to jump through hoops to get their attention. They're looking for a man who knows his worth and won't settle for anything less than respect. If you're chasing, you're not the prize. And let's be real, no woman wants a man who thinks he's lucky to be chosen. Now, before you get offended, ask yourself, how much of your life have you spent chasing someone else's validation? How much energy have you poured into people who don't value you the same way? It's time to wake up and take control of your own value. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you'll realize just how much power you've been giving away. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you ever found yourself in the trap of chasing? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Let's talk, because I believe that connection is key to growing, not just in relationships, but in life. I'll personally reach out and make sure we connect. You don't have to do this alone.